Good morning, students. So, in previous class, we are discussing about some functions and their graphs. Okay. Now, here there are 7 important types of different types of functions and their graphs. Now, namely, first one is identity function, second one is constant function, third one is polynomial function, fourth one is rational function, fifth one is modulus function, sixth one is Signum function, seventh one is greatest integer function. Each type carries 5 marks. They may be asked in final exam. Expected question in your question paper. Part D, question number 39 belongs to some functions and their graphs. Okay, one of the type you 5 marks you will take. Okay, now here I think in previous class we are discussing about first two types, namely identity function as well as constant function. Okay, now here today I am going to deal with remaining types of functions, namely polynomial function. Now define polynomial function. Look here, a function f from type number 3, polynomial function. Poly means what? Many terms. Poly means many terms. Now define polynomial function. Remember, a function f from R to R, set of real number to real number, is defined by f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus a3x cubed plus a4x power 4 and so on an x power n. Remember, a function f from R to R defined by f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus a3x cubed and so on an x power n, where a0, a1, a2, a3 and so on an are constants. These are constants. This expression is known as polynomial expression or polynomial function. Poly means many terms. That is known as polynomial function. So remember, define polynomial function. A function f from R to R is defined by f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus a3x cubed and so on an x power n, where a0, a1, a2, a3 and so on an are constants. This function is known as polynomial function. Now here, for example, they will ask, draw the polynomial function. Draw the function, polynomial function y is equal to f of x. That f of x value is given, polynomial function say x squared. This polynomial function that is also known as quadratic function, because power of x is 2, that is known as quadratic. Power of x is 3, that is known as cubic function. Power of x is 4, that is known as biquadratic function. Power of x is n, that is known as polynomial function. Okay, power of x is 1, linear function. Power of x is 2, quadratic function. Power of x is 3, cubic function. Power of x is 4, biquadratic function. Power of x is in general n, that is known as polynomial function. Now they will ask, I have one question. Draw the function y is equal to f of x, that is x squared. Then draw the graph of the function y is equal to x squared. Draw the graph of the function. Graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is x squared, and write the domain and range to plot the graph. Okay, now which type of function is here? It is polynomial function. Now how to draw? Look here. Now y and x. So x, y is equal to x squared. Now take x is equal to real numbers. There are so many real numbers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinity, or -1, -2, -3 and so on up to to infinity. Take some numbers. Say x is equal to -4, -3, -2, -1. X is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So many numbers. Okay. Now, corresponding value of y. Put x is equal to -4. So, -4 substitute -4 squared. How much? Plus 16. Put x equal to -3. -3 squared plus 9. Put x equal to -2. -2 squared plus 4. Put x equal to -1. -1 squared plus 1. Put x equal to 0. 0 squared, that is 0. Put x equal to 1. 1 squared, 1. Put x equal to 2. 2 squared plus 4. Put x equal to 3. 3 squared plus 9. Put x equal to 4. 4 squared, 16. Similarly, x equal to 5. 5 squared, 25. Put x equal to 6. 6 squared, 36. So many numbers. Okay. Now these are the points. Okay. Stay over there. Take some more points. Take up points and go. Okay. Now here, now to plot to represent those points in x and y axis plane. Look here. Now this is x-axis. X-axis and y-axis. Okay, this is x dash. This is positive direction of x-axis. This is positive direction of y-axis. This is negative direction of y-axis. Midpoint is horizon. Now here 1 x value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Here also, or you can write it here to draw this x and y axis, positive direction of x axis, positive direction of y axis, here the negative direction of x axis, negative direction of y axis. O is the horizon. Take the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Here -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and so on. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Here negative value -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, and so on. Okay. Now locate those points in x and y axis. Put, now take one by one. At x equal to -4, y is 16. X is -4, y is 16. Somewhere here. Okay. Then x is -3, y is 9. X is -3, y is 9. Here, right. This is -3. Put x is -2, y is 4. X is -2, y is 4 here. Right? Put x is -1, y is 1 here. Put x is 0, y is 0 here. Put x is 1, y is 1. X is 1 here, y is 1. Right? Put x is 2, y value 4. 2, y value 4 here. Put x is 3, y value 9. Somewhere here. And x is 4, y value 16. Somewhere here. Okay. Now join all points like this. Like this. So this is the graph of the function y is equal to x squared. That shape of the curve represent what? In earlier classes you know, you learned in 10th standard. That shape of the curve that is known as parabola. You can remember parabola. So this is the graph of the function y is equal to x squared. The graph 2 mark definition of polynomial function 1 mark. Graph of the polynomial function is 2 mark. Write the domain and read. Therefore, domain of the function, domain set of all real number. Domain is set of all real number. What is range? Range is also all real numbers. So domain is real number. Range is also real number. This is the graph of the quadratic function y is equal to f of x, that is x square. Clear students? This is first example. Take one more example. Another example. Draw the graph of the function. Graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is equal to x2. This type of function, cubic function. Also write the domain and range. Either graph like that. Okay, this is graph of the function y is equal to x square. Now draw the graph of the function y is equal to x cube, cubic function. Okay, and diagram. Look here. Now again x axis, y axis. Okay. Now these are the points. Again take the points. X is equal to, take some points. See, x is equal to 3. Put x is 3. 3 cube. X is equal to 3. Here x 1. Put x is 3. What is y value? Put x is 3, y value is 3 cube, 27. Put x is equal to 2, 2 cube 8. Put x equal to 1, 1 cube is 1. Put x is equal to, if you take minus 3, put x is minus 3 cube minus 27. Put x is minus 2 cube is minus 8, right? Put x is minus 1 cube is also minus 1. Put x is 0 cube is 0. Put x is 1 cube is 1. Put x is 2 cube is 8. Put x is 3 cube is 27. These are the points. Okay? Now to represent those points in x and y axis plane. Okay. Now x is minus 3, y is minus 27. Here downwards. Now minus 10, minus 7, minus and so on. That is somewhere here. X is minus 3. Then y is minus 27. Put x is minus 2. X is minus 2. Y is minus 8. X is minus 2. Y is minus 8 here. Right? Then put x is minus 1. Y is minus 1 here. Put x is 0. Y is 0 here. Put x is equal to 1. Y value 1. Put x equal to 2. 2 cube is 8 here. Put x is 3. 3 cube is 27. Somewhere here. Okay. Now join all points. Like this. This is graph of the function y is equal to x cube. This is graph of the function y is equal to x cube. This is also polynomial function, that is known as cubic function. What is domain? Again set of all real number R to R. What is range? Range is also set of all real numbers. Okay, so range is real number, domain is also real number. These two problems based on the polynomial function. So define polynomial function. Remember, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus a3x cubed and so on, a n x power m, where a0, a1, a2, a3 and so on, a n are constants. This function is known as polynomial function. For example, draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is equal to x squared. It represents the curve, that is parabola shape. Now the domain and range of that function is real number. Another example, draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is x cube. These are the points. Locate those points in x and y system. The curve like this. This is graph of the function y is equal to x cube. Domain is real number. Range is also real number. Clear, students? Next type number 4. What is that? Rational function. Rational function. rational number, rational function. Define rational function. Look here. A function f from R to R, or a functions of the type, rational function is in the form p by q. Say f of x divided by g of x. It is in the form p by q, where g of x is not equal to 0. Remember, a function of the type f of x divided by g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0, is called what? Rational function. Remember, a function of the type, say in general f of x divided by g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0, such function is known as rational function. Okay, now, for example, draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that f of x is equal to say 1 by x, where f from r minus 0 to set of real number, r minus 0 to set of real number, for all x belongs to real number. Draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is equal to 1 by x, where f is a function from r minus 0 to real number. R minus 0 means what? Set of all real numbers except 0. 0 ಅನ್ನು ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ. Don't take 0 value. Suppose if you take x is equal to 0, function ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 1 by x is in the form p by 2, where q is not equal to 0, denominator is not equal to 0. That's why set of real number except 0 means 0 to go back in. Suppose if you take x equal to 0, now put x is 0, 1 upon 0, not defined. So there is a condition, f is a function from set of real number except 0 to real number, where x is set of real number. Draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is 1 by x. Okay, that is equal to 1 by x, where f is a function from r minus 0 to set of real number, for all x belongs to real number. Also write the domain and range. Now to draw the graph. Now before that, again take the corresponding value x1. Put x is equal to, take some value, say x is equal to first point, say minus 2. Then 1 over y value, put x is minus 2, 1 by minus 2. That is y value is minus 0.5. Put x is minus 1.5. Put x is equal to minus 1.5. After substituting, y value is minus 0.67. Put x is minus 1. Y value is also minus 1. Put x is equal to minus 0.5. Then y value is minus 2. Put x is minus 0.25. Y value is 4. Put x is equal to 1. Then y value is 1. Put x is 1.5. Put x is equal to 1.5. 1 by 1.5. After simplification, 0.67. Put x is equal to 2. Y value is 0.5. These are the corresponding values. Okay. Now to represent those points in x and y axis plane. Now again, draw the graph of the function. Now here x and y axis, horizontal line is x axis, vertical line is y axis. Okay. Now here this is negative direction of x axis, this is negative direction of y axis. 0. These are the points. Say right side is positive numbers. Okay. And so on. Left side is negative numbers. Left side is negative numbers. Okay. And that is upward direction is positive numbers. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Then downward it is negative number. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, and so on. Okay. To represent those points in x and y axis plane, so that now here x is equal to minus 2, x is minus 2, y is minus 1.5, this is minus 1, minus 1.5 is here, like this. put x is minus 1.5, put x is minus 1.5, this is minus 1, minus 1.5 is here, y value is minus 6, minus 0.67. Now this is 0.5, 0.67 here. Okay. Then locate those points. All points clear the graph of the function like this. Like this. Okay? This will draw like this. This is the graph of the function y is equal to f of x. That f of x value is 1 by x. So this is graph of the function. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. L shape. Okay. Here L shape. Opposite. First quadrant and third quadrant. Okay. So locate those points in x and y plane. Join all points. Now the graph like this. The shape of the figure like this. Okay. So that is first quadrant L shape. Third quadrant 7 number shape. So this is the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is equal to 1 minus. Okay. Now what is domain? Domain is set of all real number except 0. 0 number ಕೊಡಿಸಿ. Range is also same. What is range? Range is also set of all real number except 0. Domain is x. Y is equal to 1 by x. X is domain. Y is range. So x is equal to 1 by x. What is x is equal to y is equal to 1 by x. Therefore x is equal to 1 by 1. Again range is 1. Again range is set of real number except 0. Don't take 0 value. If you take 0, what happens? The function is not defined. This is the graph of the rational function. That is the asked in final exam. Now the question: define a rational function. Draw the graph of the rational function y is equal to f of x, that is equal to 1 by x, and write the domain and range. So now here definition: a function of the type f of x upon g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0, such function is known as rational function. Then draw the graph of the function y is equal to f of x, that is 1 by x. Now locate those points in x and y axis. Now the graph shows like this. This is the graph of the function y is equal to 1 by x. The domain is set of real number except 0. Range is set of real number except 0. This is the graph of the rational function. Here students. Next, type number 5. What is that? Modulus function. You know the definition of modulus function. In the first class, we are discussing about the basic concepts. So, define modulus function. Remember, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x is equal to mod x. Read it as mod x. Two lines indicate modulus notation. A function f from R to R is defined by f of x equal to mod x is called modulus function. Is called what? Modulus function. Okay. Now here f of x is equal to mod x. Definition of mod x, you know, mod x is equal to x itself if the condition x is more than or equal to 0. X should be positive. If mod x is equal to minus x, if x is less than 0. This is the definition of modulus function. Remember, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x equal to mod x. Mod x value is x. If x is more than or equal to 0, mod x is equal to minus x. If x is less than or less than 0, such function is known as modulus function. Okay. Then draw the graph of the modulus function. Now here y is equal to f of x. That f of x value is mod x. Now draw the graph of the function. Take the corresponding value. Now put x is equal to, first you take negative number. Say put x is equal to minus 4. X value minus 4 substitute modulus of minus 4 is plus 4 because minus 4 is less than 0. Its value is plus 4. Put x equal to minus 3. Modulus of minus 3 plus 3. Put x equal to minus 2. Modulus of minus 2 plus 2. Put x equal to minus 1. Modulus of minus 1 is plus 1. Put x equal to 0. Modulus of 0 is 0. Put x is equal to 1. Modulus of 1 is plus 1. Put x is 2. Modulus of 2 is also 2. Put x equal to 3. Modulus of 3 is 3 itself. Put x is 4. Modulus of 4 is 4. So you know the definition of modulus function. Mod x is equal to plus x if x is more than 0. Mod x is equal to minus x if x is less than 0. For example, modulus of minus 5. Now minus 5 is less than 0. If it is less than 0, its value is minus x. Minus x. What is x value? Minus 5. Minus into minus plus 5. ನೋಡಿ modulus ದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. Whereas modulus of positive value is positive itself. But modulus of negative value is after simplification positive. Remember, in general mod x is equal to x if x should be positive, if it is minus x if x is less than 0. Modulus ದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ positive ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Modulus of positive value is positive itself. Okay, now these are the points. Now locate those points in x and y axis. Okay, now here the graph of the modulus function. The graph shows like this: x and y axis. This is x axis. This is y axis. This is negative direction of y axis. This is negative direction of x axis. This is horizon. Take the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right side positive values. Left side we have negative values. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and so on. Here positive direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Here negative direction. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and so on. Okay, now locate those points in x and y axis plane. Now take one by one points. Now here x is equal to minus 4. Put x is minus 4. Locate those points in x and y axis plane. Okay, put x is minus 4. Put minus 4 to another. What is my value? Plus 4. X is minus 4. My value is plus 4. Here, okay. Then put x is equal to minus 3. Y is plus 3. Put x is minus 2. Y is plus 2. Put x is minus 1. Y is plus 1. Put x equal to 0. Y is 0. Put x is 1. Y is plus 1. Put x is 2. Y is plus 2. Put x is 3. Y is equal to plus 3. Put x equal to 4. Y is equal to plus 4. Okay. Now join the graph of the modulus function like this. That is V shape. This is modulus function. This is graph of the modulus function. This is mod x is equal to x should be positive value. Here mod x is equal to minus x less than 0. That V shape represent graph of the modulus function. Okay. Now write the domain and range. Domain is set of all real numbers. X value, negative value, positive value, all are real number. But range is only positive number. So range is set of all non-negative real number. Okay? Non-negative real number is only positive real number. So this is the graph of the modulus function. Domain is set of all real number, but range is set of all non-negative real number. Non-negative real number means only positive real numbers. But domain is negative number is positive number. So that domain is real number, but range is only non-negative real number. This is the graph of modulus function. So remember, define modulus function, draw the graph of modulus function, write the domain and range. That is 5-mark question. So definition: a function f from from R to R is defined by f of x is equal to mod x is equal to plus x, if x is more than or equal to 0, mod x is equal to minus x, if x is less than 0. This function is known as modulus function. Then draw the graph of modulus function. This is the graph of modulus function. V shape represent graph of modulus function. And write the domain. Domain is set of all real number. Range is set of all non-negative real number. This is the graph of modulus function. Okay. So next type number 6, Signum function. 5-mark question. Define Signum function. Draw the graph of Signum function. Write the domain and range. Look here. So definition: a function f from R to R is defined by f of x is equal to only 3 numbers, namely 1. If x should be positive, x is more than 0. F of x equal to 0 and x equal to 0, f of x equal to minus 1 if x is less than 0. A function f from R to R defined by f of x equal to only 3 values, namely 1, 0, minus 1. If 1, x more than 0, if it is 0 and x equal to 0, if it is minus 1, x less than 0, or we can write like this: f of x equal to, this is nothing but mod x divided by x. Because mod x value you know, mod x is equal to plus x if x is positive, mod x is equal to plus x if x is positive, mod x value x are x divided by x cancel 1. Then mod x is negative, mod x equal to minus x divided by x cancel, minus 1, x is less than 0, and x equal to 0, both are same. Remember, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x equal to 1 if x is more than 0 and x equal to 0, f of x is 0 and x is less than 0, f of x is minus 1. Such function is known as Signum function or sine function. So this is the definition of Signum function. Note, x value more than 0 equal that f of x value is 1. If you take x is equal to 2 is more than 0. Put x is 2 is more than 0. 2 is more than 0, x value 1, f of x value 1. If you take 5 and x equal to 5 number common together, 5 is more than 0, right? So f of x value 1. If you take x value 10 is more than 0, f of x value 1. Okay, if you take minus 5 and x equal to minus 5, clearly minus 5 is less than 0. Then go here. Minus 5 is less than 0. What is f of x value? Minus 1. If you take x equal to minus 10 to what is real? Minus 10 is less than 0. F of x value minus 1. ಯಾವುದೇ ನಂಬರ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಇದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So f of x equal to 3 numbers 1, 0, minus 1. Such function is known as Signum function. Now draw the graph of Signum function. X-axis, y-axis, O is the origin. Now here, if x is more than 0, y is equal to f of x, y value plus 1. X is more than 0, not equal to 0. More than 0. If it is more than 0, only more than notation. Open interval. So then draw a circle only. Don't shade it. Only circle. Because it is more than 0. Then f of x equal to 0 and x equal to 0. And x equal to 0. This is circle with shade. This is circle with shade. This is circle with shade. And x equal to 0. Okay. X is less than 0. Again only less than. Not equal to 0. Less than 0. Again is open interval. Circle. X is less than 0. Y is equal to f of x. Y value is minus 1. This is y value plus 1. That is y value minus 1. Negative direction of y axis 0. This is minus 1. This is plus 1. So negative direction of y axis. So that is y is equal to minus 1. This is the graph of Signum function. Very simple. What is domain? Domain is set of all real numbers. What is range? Range is only 3 numbers. ಯಾವುದೇ number ನಾವು substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ it will become minus 1, 0, 1. So range is minus 1, 0, 1. Domain is set of all real numbers. Take any number, put x equal to 5. 5 is more than 0. 5 is more than 0, its value 1. So range is 1. If you take x is equal to 10, 10 is a real number, 10 is more than 0. Again 10 is more than 0, its value range is 1. So that range is only 3 numbers, -1, 0, 1. Domain is real number. This is the graph of Signum function. They will be asked 5 mark question. Remember, ಎಲ್ಲ types repeat ಆಗಿದವು every year ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. Among 7 types, they will ask only 1 type. Each type carries 5 mark. So definition, another question, define Signum function, draw the graph of Signum function, write the domain and range. Definition of Signum function 1 mark, graph of Signum function 2 mark, and domain and range is 2 mark. Totally 5 marks. So definition, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x equal to 1 if x is more than 0, 0 at x equal to 0, -1 if x less than 0. Such function is known as Signum function. This is graph of Signum function. Domain is set of all real numbers. Range is only 3 numbers, -1, 0, 1. Dear students, last type, what is that? Greatest integer function. That is also very important. 5 mark. Define greatest integer function. Now the definition, a function f from R to R is defined by f of x equal to square bracket x, square bracket, that is box x, where x is set of real number, is defined to be the largest integer less than or equal to x. A value idella, that value should be less than or equal to given value x. Such a function is called greatest integer function. Or another type of definition of greatest integer function mathematically, remember box x, that is bracket, square bracket x is equal to, remember that formula, hand bracket ko integer plus positive fraction, integer plus positive fraction, fraction is equal to natural number, decimal, positive fraction is equal to, answer should be integer. So where square bracket x is equal to integer plus positive fraction equal to integer. This is also the definition of greatest integer function. For example, square bracket 2 means greatest integer function of 2. How to write? That is equal to split it. 2 can be written as 2 plus 0.0. 2 plus subtract 2 plus positive fraction 0.0 is equal to integer. Literal integer 2. Right? Clearly, we have already 2 is that integer is less than or equal to x. What is x value? X value 2. Clearly, answer is 2. 2 is less than or equal to 2. That is 2 is equal to 2. Take another example. Square bracket 2.5. Split it. How to split it? In the form of integer plus positive fraction is equal to integer. First we take integer. 2.5 can be written as 2 plus 0.5. 0.5 is positive fraction. Plus value plus 0.5 is equal to integer. Among these two, which one is integer? 2. Answer 1 2. This is x value. The after simplification, this is greatest integer function value. Clearly, that two number less than 2.5. Largest integer less than or equal to x. Largest integer what is it? That integer is less than 2.5. Clearly, 2 is less than 2.5. Take another example. What is greatest integer function of 4.6? 4.6, how to write it? 4 plus 0.6 is equal to integer. Among those two, which one is integer? 4 is the integer. So clearly 4 is less than 4.6. Okay. Take another example. What is greatest integer function of -3.2? -3.2 है प्रभु देखो. E form पहले को first term integer, next plus sign, positive fraction, then integer. So how to write? -3.2 is equal to, we can write -3.2 can be as -4 plus sign number 2 equals to fraction 0.8 minus 4 plus 0.8 that is equal to minus 3.2, right, is equal to integer. Among those two, which one is integer? Minus 4 is the integer. Clearly minus 4 is less than minus 3.2. Note minus 3.2 must be equal to minus 3.2 is equal to, don't write minus 3 plus 0.2 because minus 3 plus 0.2 is not equal to minus 3.2. Add over here minus 4 plus positive fraction 0.8 that is equal to minus 3.2. Take another example. What is greatest integral function of minus 2.5? Don't write minus 2 plus 0.5. We write, don't write minus 2 plus 0.5. We can write minus 3 plus 0.5. Minus 3 plus 0.5 become minus 2.5. Among these two, which one is integer? Minus 3 is the integer. So clearly minus 3 less than minus 2.5. Clear? So this is the definition of greatest integer function. Now the graph of the greatest integer function, f of x equal to greatest integer function of x. Now here we have greatest integer function of x is equal to minus 1, where that minus 1 is either less than x or equal to x. Less than or equal to x. That value is less than or equal to x. That minus 1 is less than 0. Is it minus 1 less than 0? Yes. So minus 1 is less than or equal to x. That x is less than 0. X around minus 1 is less than 0. Similarly, greatest integer function of x equal to say 0. How to write? 0 less than or equal to x and 0 is less than 1. 0 is less than 1, isn't it? Then square bracket x is equal to 1, where 1 is less than or equal to x, but that 1 is less than 2, or 1 is less than 1.5. Don't take 1.5 because that is not integer. It should be integer. Integer is a definite number. Okay, 1 less than or equal to x, that 1 is less than 2. Similarly, square bracket x equal to 2. For that 2 number less than or equal to x and 2 is less than 3. Take another number, square bracket x is equal to 3. How to write? Square bracket x is equal to 3. Now where 3 less than or equal to x. Square bracket x is equal to 3, where 3 less than or equal to x, that 3 is less than 4. Similarly, square bracket x is equal to 4. For 4 is less than or equal to x, less than 1. Okay, now here minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 0. Now we can write in the interval, interval that is x belongs to less than or equal, that is semi-closed, closed at minus 1, only less than, open at 0. Here 0 less than or equal to x less than 1, x belongs to closed at 0, open at 1. Then minus 1 less than or equal to x less than 2, that is x belongs to closed at 1, open at 2. Here x belongs to closed at 2 because less than or equal. Here only less than 3, open at 3. Okay, so graph of the greatest integer function. Draw the graph. X-axis, y-axis, right side positive number, left side negative number, upward direction positive number, downward direction negative numbers. Okay. Now here take one by one. So square bracket x is equal to 1. Square bracket x is equal to 1. 1. Alright. 1 is less than or equal to x, less than 2. In the less than stay here, open. Open into related equal to, there is a graph of the, that is number line system. So if it is only less than or greater than, only draw a circle. If it is less than or equal, close interval, draw circle with shade. Now here 1, y is equal to f of x equal to square bracket x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. So 1 is less than or equal to x, that is shaded, and less than 2, less than 2 shade बनाएगा, is only open interval. Next, y is equal to f of x equal to 2, 2 तो बना है. Okay, y is equal to f of x equal to square bracket x is equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to x. 2 is less than or equal to x. X is equal to 2. 2 is less than or equal to x. Less than or equal. Circle with shade. And that 2 is less than 3. 2 is less than 3. Then at x equal to 3. 3 is less than or equal to x. circle with shade, and less than 4 only circle. Then 4 is less than or equal to x, circle with shade, that 4 is less than 5, that's less than 5 circle. Similarly, if you take negative number like this, that is circle, -1 less than or equal to x, circle with shade, -2 less than or equal to x, circle with shade, -3 less than or equal to x, circle with shade, -4 less than or equal to x, circle with shade. If you take -5 less than or equal to x, circle with shade, and only circle like this. This is the graph of greatest integer function. Now the domain is set of all real numbers, but range is not real number, only integers. Because the question is the definition of type number 7, greatest integer. Range is always integer. Range is always integer. But here these are all real numbers. But final answer is it should be integer. That integer is the range. Set of all real number is the domain. So now remember, greatest integer function x, square bracket x, is also called as greatest integer function or floor function. Floor. Okay, first floor, second floor, third floor. Or step function. Step is one by one step. This is one step, second step, third step, fourth step. Step function. Or another name is integral function. Square bracket x is also known as greatest integer function or floor function or step function or integral function. This is the graph of greatest integer function or step function or floor function or integral function. Domain is set of real number, range is set of all integers. So these are the different types of functions and their graphs. There are totally 7 important types of functions. You know, namely, first one is identity function, second one is constant function, third one is polynomial function, fourth one is rational function, fifth one is modulus function, sixth one is Signum function, seventh one is greatest integer function. Among those 7 types, they may be asked only one type in final exam. It is expected they may be asked in final exam. Each type carries 5 marks. Okay, students. So based on those types, okay, then to solve the problems in next class. Okay, students. Thank you.